to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
It's Ebro in the Morning and the amazing and beautiful Laura Stiles, mostly cool Rosenberg.
Thanks.
And the beautiful Tiwa Savage. You guys, this woman is amazing. Yo, Tiwa in the building. Are you coming to us from Nigeria right now?
Yes, I am from Lagos, Nigeria, West Africa, live and direct.
Yo, so amazing to see you. Now, people may not recall, but let's just reset. Tiwa once lived in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh. Bed-Stuy, honey, Bed-Stuy.
Now,
when was that, Tiwa?
Yeah, when was
that?
That was probably like, oh my God, maybe like 12, 13 years ago.
Is this just while you were grinding in the music scene?
Yeah, so I just finished from Berklee College of Music. So I went to Berklee to study music. And then I moved to New York just to like, after my degree, just to like, you know, get into the whole industry and stuff. And then I got a publishing deal with Sony as a songwriter.
Well, this makes me want to go back to the beginning then, because how does someone growing up in Lagos, Nigeria, end up at the Berklee School of Music in Boston? What was sort of your path there?
So then, first of all, we moved to London. My mum and I moved to London. And then I told my parents I want to go into music. And they were like, hell no. So they made me go to university to study accounting. And I was like, what the hell? So when I got my degree in accounting, I said to my dad, I said, there you go. I don't know if you want to roll something with it, but I'm done with that paper. I'm going to do music. And my mom was like, if you want to do music, you have to study. I'm like, Mom, Beyoncé and Michael Jackson didn't go to school for music. Why do I have to go? And they forced me. They were like, if you're serious about it, you have to study. So I applied. I got a full scholarship, went to Berklee, and studied jazz actually.
Amazing. Well, now how's that now for young people watching? How has the accounting and the studying music helped you navigate this industry, though?
I mean, honestly, my team can tell you there's no contract that we get that I'm so clued up on everything. I know sunset clause, different tricks of the trade that they try and slot into the contract. And I'll be like, nope, we're not doing that. Nope, take this out. And also just musically, like I feel like, because I study jazz, like my musical background, I literally can do or appreciate any type of music. So from classical to like soul to hip hop to Afrobeat. For me, it was really important. Like I hated my parents at that time, but literally I thank them every day for sending me to Berklee, because like honestly I feel like I'm gonna have such a longer career because of my background.
You as Afrobeats began to go mainstream again, you know, and in a different form since, you know, the days of Fela Kuti coining the phrase and it coming full circle. You were one of the early superstars in the game. And putting on for the continent. Tell us, how's it feel right now? Because you've been on the forefront of this music for, you know, a little bit now. So how does it feel right now? The new artists, how the music's being embraced internationally, the collaboration of Caribbean artists and African artists and UK artists and American artists, and just the whole Black diaspora celebrating Afrobeats.
I think, you know, we've spoken about this before too, Ebro. Like, I think it's deeper than music. I love to see it. I am so fortunate to be, because I grew up knowing that being African or doing Afrobeat wasn't cool, to crossing over to now and still being alive to witness Afrobeat being one of the coolest thing and one of the fastest growing genres. So for me, it's like seeing that transition and living through that transition is actually beautiful and it's amazing. And like I said, deeper than music, it's like reuniting and building the bridge between Caribbean music, between, you know, music from Haiti and hip hop and soul and Afrobeat, and just literally uniting all music around the world with Black origin, and just knowing that it literally all started from Africa. So to see that Afrobeat artists and Africa in general is just getting this attention right now, it's just like, you know, it's wonderful.
How did it feel when that phone rang to be on that Beyonce project for the Lion
Hello.
King? How did that feel? Walk us through that day. Do you remember?
Oh, well, it wasn't a phone call, it was an email. And
Okay.
When my manager called and she was like, they're doing this project, I was like, yeah, no. So we literally ignored it for like a couple of days.
Wait, so you thought it was an email scam?
I mean, who gets an email to say Beyonce wants to put you on a project? Like, I'm just like, no, of course I'm not gonna fall for that. Like, and then for some reason, she delved into it, and then we started hearing whispers of other artists got the same email, and I was just like, yo, we need to call Motown to make sure this is real. And they called us back, and they're like, yo, it's real. Literally, I was on the plane the next day to LA, 22 hours. I was like, I'm ready. Here we go. All right. In the studio, going hard.
Now, that was not your first run-in with a very high-caliber artist. You used to do background vocals for people, right?
Yes, I did for Mary. I was on Whitney Houston, may her soul rest in peace. Her last album, I did backups on one of the songs there. So.
Did you record that with her, or is that done separately? They play you the track, you're in a studio, and you just add to it?
No, it was done separately. So yeah, they played me the track.
What about, I saw George Michael listed too, is that true?
Yep, I did. It was at Wembley Stadium, actually. That was my first gig as a 16-year-old, my first ever gig. Yeah, I was so I went for audition and I got the gig, and it was like to do backup, and I was getting paid to do what I love. I was like, this shit is dope. Like,
so you were singing. So we're going back a ways now, and you were singing like the little backup part on Father Figure in front of 50,000 people.
Yeah, Father Figure. Like, yo, don't ask me to sing it. Don't put me on the spot. But yeah, it was, oh my goodness. And it was about 9-10 singers. So he did like 3 shows around that time, and it was just like,
well, in situations like that, will the artists interact with the background singers a lot? Like, what's the position like? You're 16 years old, you're getting into it, you're at a major venue with a major artist. How much do you interact with them, and how much do you sort of just like, know your role? Like, how does that work?
I mean, knowing me now, knowing how I am, I do I'm just courteous, like, hey, how are you? Introduce myself and ask everybody. But it's not like, oh, let me get your number and your WhatsApp, and let's keep in touch after, because we weren't his main backup. It was just like for that, set of shows. So yeah, it was just like, hey, hi, what's up, and that was it.
Yo, Tiwa. Oh, sorry, Laura. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Tiwa, I also read that something that's really important to you is speaking up about women's rights and the rape culture in Nigeria specifically. That you've been a very strong voice, and you've been very vocal about the Me Too movement, and how it's a very rampart problem in Nigeria. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it wasn't really something I planned. It was literally like during this lockdown. And I think it's because of the lockdown, we were paying attention to a lot more news that was coming out. Because normally, you would see it trending and then you go about your business. But you're at home 24/7 and you're seeing tweets about, this person getting raped, this girl getting, and it was just a lot. And it literally just, it was heavy on my heart. And I was just like, we are tired. Like, this is unbelievable. So I started tweeting, going crazy, and then it just started trending. And then at that moment I realized that it can't just be a trend. I have to do something more, because I have a platform, and it shouldn't just be for music, because young kids are watching me, sending me DMs that they're hoping that I would read, and they're people really hurting. So I just spoke to my team, and I was just like, we have to do more. Like, when this hashtag is over, these young girls' lives, like, what happens to them? So yeah, it was just that moment that was just heavy on me.
Rape is an international problem, right? Like, even here in the United States, right? You have victim blaming and people just ignoring, people afraid of the ridicule if they were to go public. In Nigeria, I'm sure it's similar issues. But how are you going to advocate for these women? What are the steps that can happen, and that you can take control of?
I mean, like you said, it's something that happens all around the world. But for me in Nigeria, it's like sometimes it's not taken seriously. A lot of the cases that I saw is like when the victim goes to the police station, they would ask, "What were you wearing?"
Right.
That's ridiculous. Or what time was this? Where were you? Were you at home, or were you in a club, or were you coming back from a concert? Or ridiculous things like that. And this is even coming from the family. Like family members or your mom or your aunties are just like, well, I've told you to stop wearing makeup. You're only 18, and different crazy stuff like that. So for
by the way, that archaic mentality is still here in the United States too.
Yeah, I can imagine, and it's wrong. It's so wrong. And for me, it's like our foundation. We want to get money together so we can help these girls and take it to court, because a lot of times they can't afford legal aid. So that's what we want to do. And even if it's just 2-3 cases a year, because I'm a realist, I know that I can't help everyone, but I feel like if I'm able to help 2 or 3 girls and get the perpetrator locked up, that might be a deterrent for future, I guess, criminals.
Tiwa, you have new music out. I want to play Dangerous Love. Love the way that came out. And what's Koroba mean?
Okay, so Celia, the whole album is like literally Afrobeat from a female perspective. So each song is a specific concept. Koroba, we have these like girls in Nigeria that they call runs girls, and these are girls who people kind of look down upon and say they're going after politicians who have money specifically. So Koroba is literally saying to people, why are we always attacking the women? Why are we not attacking these politicians
and
who
these
are
corrupt men and these criminals?
Who are carrying these small girls who are probably the same age as their kids, their daughters. Why are they not accountable for their actions? And a lot of times these politicians are stealing money from the country. The money that they're using to have this flashy rock star lifestyle, they're stealing it from our country. And why are we not pointing fingers at them? Why is it just the girls that we're talking about? And that's what the song is about, basically.
Politics is a mess a lot of places. In Nigeria, it seems like there's still a coming to realization of getting corruption out of politics. Some people are outspoken about it. Some people are like, I don't want to say anything because I don't want any drama back at home. It seems like with this song, you're kind of going directly at it. What's the, what kind of energy are you receiving back in Nigeria?
To be honest, because it's such a danceable record and it's a club record, people really haven't really gotten grasp of what the message is. A few people are starting to really listen to it and be like, yo, she's really talking some shit, and she's attacking politicians and, religious leaders or whoever it is just abusing their power. So, and I don't really care. Like, I feel like I'm a musician. Like I said, I have a responsibility. I have to speak on things. My child is the next generation. Like, what is he growing up to? What kind of Nigeria is he going to live in? At some point, if we're really talking about where the offsprings of Fela Kuti, Fela was outspoken, and a lot of the things that he spoke about is still happening now, and that's a disgrace.
Absolutely. Tiwa, it was great to talk to you today.
Well, wait, I have a question.
Oh, Shawnee Culture.
Yeah, I have what I think is an important question. In your opinion, who has the better jollof rice, Ghana or Nigeria?
Here we go. Yo, man, come on, man. I was trying to end on a serious, and you want to devolve the conversation into jollof wars.
I need to know from Tiwa Savage who has the best jollof rice.
Who is it between, Shawnee? Who's you put it between?
Ghana and Nigeria. This has been going on for centuries.
Son. Go ahead, Tiwa, go.
Listen, all I'm going to say is I made one of the best jollof rice ever, and I am Nigerian. So go figure. I don't know.
So there it is.
So you from Senegal and all that. Okay, true that.
Well, let me ask a follow-up then. If you make the best jollof rice on behalf of Shawnee Culture, let me ask a question. Are you single?
I mean, You know, this is why I love Rosenberg. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this might be it right here.
Alley-oop. Can I get a drum roll?
I mean, I don't nothing on these fingers.
That's all I need to know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna hook something up here.
I'm gonna get Beyonce's people to email you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So that you know this is serious. You
Wow,
dig?
man, I had no idea this was where this was going.
Got you,
Oh
my
my
G.
God.
Respect.
She blushing, Shani shining.
You know what I'm
This
saying?
is Tiwa Savage and
I'm
Shani.
sweating like what the?
Oh, he got you sweating?
Look, me too. Me
Yo,
too.
man,
Look,
this is.
I want to taste this jollof rice.
We bet you
Ebro,
do.
no, don't go there.
Too.
Yo, let's run that. By the way, she's got a song, Shani. It's called "Dangerous Love."
Oh,
Sounds like a
man.
warning. You might want to listen to it.
Fall back, right? Fall back, my G. Word,
Thank you,
respect.
Tiwa.
Peace.
Yo, love
Thank
you,
you,
Tiwa.
Tiwa.
Good seeing you.
Bye.
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 You too.